Greetings, greetings and welcome. My name is Jake Rayson. I am a wildlife and food forest garden designer, and tweaking with the old streaming setup again. It's fantastic. I enjoy it so much. Today I am talking about how to, if you've got a bare field and you want to turn it into a wildlife food forest garden. These are my top 3 tips. First off, get a decent wildlife food forest garden designer. I wonder who that could be. And think about these 3 things when you're coming to it. And an awful lot of people will get a bit of land, and I just want other people to kind of learn from my mistakes, the things I didn't do when we first moved and had a big area of land. So let me just have a look. So this is the actual site. It's down in South Wales, just outside of Swansea, not far from Swansea, and it's kind of up high and it's kind of bleak. So what you're going to get, if you've got views, then you're almost definitely going to get wind. And this is the key thing. It's really nice soil, quite free draining in parts. It's on a bit of a ridge, and there's a steep slope down where you can see down that way. So then the soil looks good. But the key thing that you're going to have about establishing any trees up there is going to be the wind. So you want to get windbreaks in early, and you want double thickness windbreaks and densely planted windbreaks as well. And because of what I do, I always say native windbreaks where you possibly can, unless there's a really good reason not to have native windbreaks. Okay, so let me just show you the 3 things that I have written out. Number 1 is stop bramble. And the best way of doing this is to stop bramble. With a bare field, it's great. You've got a load of grass and not much else, and then you can just see over here. You've got the hedgerow, and you get bramble will grow into the field. So what you want to do is to mow a path around the perimeter, and that will keep the bramble from coming in, creeping in into the field. So that's what you want to do from the beginning, is mow that bramble back. Now we've got a brush cutter, a wheeled brush cutter, so it's like a glorified lawnmower, and I don't use it very much for doing the paths and for doing the perimeter paths, but it's just absolutely essential to keep that bramble out. So job number 1. The second thing that you want to do is to plan the infrastructure. And this is like the bones, the bones of the project. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's a really interesting project I've got that they've got on the go here. Lots of different ideas, and you want to create that flexibility. So you want to kind of leave space for things and for plans to change as well. And the key things, when I'm approaching it, is paths, is access. So I kind of like to design it by saying what's happening in each of the different parts. Where's the house going to be? Where's the entrance and the exit going to be? Where's the utilities coming in? Where's the rainwater collected? Where's the compost bins? Where's the polytunnel? Where are all these kind of elements, and how do they fit in together, and how close do you want them together, and where do you want them in relation to each other? So all that infrastructure stuff is really, really important to kind of get that sorted out first of all. So I really, really would say infrastructure and use paths. And the lovely thing about having paths, if you've got a brush cutter, then you can mow paths, let the grass grow, and then you can mow paths and you can mow areas, and you can see from the sides of it, using bamboo and string, you can get a sense and a feel for how these things will pan out. And for the paths, you just have to have a mown path, and you can go, oh yeah, that'll be cool, that'll work well, or that won't work, or that'll be in the way of that. So it's really about, I do a lot of CAD work, but even when I'm doing CAD work, I will go out and I will mark up with bamboo and string. Honestly, really cheap bamboo and cheap string, baker's twine, because it's made out of cotton and will eventually biodegrade rather than any plastic string. And that is just superb. It's just really, really cheap, easy way of marking things out. And then, the mower for the paths. So plan the infrastructure, where the various elements are going to go, where the paths are going to go, where the areas are, and then the windbreaks and your canopy, and get the right size windbreaks and the right size canopy with enough tree spacing, right? That's planning the infrastructure. And then it's like the first step, even if before you've built anything or laid any tracks or paths or anything, you can actually plant these windbreaks. If you're sure they're going to be in the right place, Then you can plant the windbreaks, and then you can put the canopy trees in, because you've left space for other things and access for other things. So it's not like, it depends on the site. Sometimes you're going to have to plant them later because you want to get some heavy machinery on site and you don't want to have plants that you have to move. But this site, there's an awful lot that can be done not straight away, I would say. You're looking at the next season, winter, but you can get on with planting windbreaks. And for somewhere like this, a double thickness windbreak, absolutely essential. And fast growing native plants, get those windbreaks in and get that protection in from the beginning. And then you can plant canopies. I would put canopy layer in, so the bigger trees, apple fruit trees, nut trees, whatever. And then my favourite device temporarily is to use dead hedges, and these will provide temporary protection, and that will enable the trees to get established. If you don't have a dead hedge and you've got a small windbreak, that won't get going soon enough. So you need get those dead hedges in. So I should have put dead hedges in there as well. There we go. That's it. Those are my 3 top tips. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you again soon. And don't forget to subscribe. Where's my hand gone? Don't forget to press whatever subscribe button there is on wherever it is. And I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye.